Hey everybody. You know, if you find yourself seeking shelter in those times in your life where things are not going well, you're never going to move past the storm. And you're probably thinking at this point, what the heck do I mean? Hi everybody, this is Donna Irvin and welcome back to my Big Tip Friday. I'm so glad that you can join me today. And you know, today is not going to be, I know a lot of my videos, I give a lot of tips, I give a lot of tricks and different things. But today I want to do something a little different. I didn't want to give you tips to solving a problem today. I wanted to talk about challenging times in your life and how the beauty is in the midst of the storm. Okay, and you know, we all would love it. I think if our lives were perfect and everything was just you were happy all the time and the glass is always full instead of half empty and things were all sunshine and roses, that would be really good. Most of us actually desire that, right? Wrong. Okay, and why do I say this? Well, I mean, yes, we would love to have good times all the time, right? I mean, let's face it. Who really wants to go through bad times? Who really wants to have challenges in their life? Who really wants to be unhappy? Nobody, okay? But the thing is when if we had a perfect life, guys, we would not grow. We wouldn't even, everything would grow stagnant in our life and everything would just be boring, right? Yes, we would. I mean, I have to admit, I would love to have perfect time with the perfect business and the perfect life and the perfect family and the perfect place to live. Everybody wants that. But the reality is life is hard, right? And you don't ever grow. You don't ever expand yourself if you don't have challenges. And the challenges and adversity in your own life is really what makes you a better person. You become wiser, you become better, at least hopefully. Okay, that is the gist of it, is hopefully. But a lot of the times, most people will take challenges and adversity as a bad thing, and then they see it as really negative, and a lot of the times they just become angry and frustrated, and life is horrible and life sucks, and they just really have a bad attitude. And who wants to be around somebody that does that? And I mean, there are times that we all feel like this. We all have bad things in our life that happen to us. We all have different challenges. And sometimes it really feels like the end of the world, all right? But we need to know that during those times, during those challenges, is when we need to bloom, okay? We need to emerge into the better person, into the person, excuse me, that we're meant to be. And a lot of the times you can only, and I mean only, do that if you allow it, okay? If you do not allow that kind of thing to happen to you during your challenges, you're just gonna remain that bitter and negative, and nobody is gonna wanna be around you, okay? And you know, sometimes you may even find that in the midst of your storm, the personal challenges that you're going through, sometimes if you allow that, your true vision will bloom. Your true vision will be revealed to you. And you know, I say this with experience, guys, because I'm not just blowing smoke up someone. This is so true. It all depends on how you look at it. And for my own true testimony, I have told you, I'm sure you've heard my story. I have shared some of my adversities with you guys. I have shared some of my struggles with you guys. I have gone through a lot of stuff emotionally, financially. I mean, I've been down and out so bad that I didn't know where the next payment for our house was going to be. I didn't know where, I didn't know nothing. I didn't even know if we were going to be able to get food. I have been that far down and out, okay? And to get back on the bandwagon, I'm just going to share a little bit of a story with you. For those of you who may have just tuned in and who really don't know me, I had started out in the corporate world, and I'll make it kind of short and sweet. And I did that for 13 years, 14 years. And I knew deep inside me, I really wanted something more than just earning somebody, getting a paycheck and contributing to someone else's goals and dreams. I wanted to contribute to my own goals and dreams. And so entrepreneurship was the way I really wanted to go. And so I did a really bold thing. I had actually quit the job that I was at and dived straight into entrepreneurship, which, again, I don't recommend this for anybody, but long story short is I ended up suffering a lot of adversities, growing emotionally, growing mentally, getting my mindset in the right spot, going through a lot of things being taken away from me, being not able to pay bills, and having people come in getting your stuff. I mean, that is not a place you really want to be. And up until, I guess, to be honest with you, up until a year or two ago, I had been in a place where, I was working a business a little bit, but I was doing the jumping from one thing to another, and I wasn't really settling on something that I enjoyed, something I loved. I was just trying to get a paycheck. And we all know where that goes, okay? And the thing is, I suffered through all this for many times, through such to the point of where I couldn't function as a person. I couldn't function from day to day. And all of a sudden, I had realized I cannot keep doing this. Well, one night I was laying in bed listening to Mark Hoverson, to be exact. And I know you've probably heard the story of him passing away, and I do think that is just tragic. You've probably seen that on video now. I had shared it with everybody, but he was one of my mentors. He was one of the people that really taught me that you can go out and do whatever you want if you set your mind to it, and his legacy lives on with this, guys. Anyway, I was listening to a podcast of his one night, and it dawned on me some of the things he said about your true vision, what you want to do with your life, and it hit me so hard that I started to cry, because I just realized something. Out of all the problems that I've gone through, out of all the challenges that I've gone through, it led me to that moment. So I was able to discover where I needed to be. I found where I should be in my business and where I need to grow. And that's the thing. I found something that I know I can help somebody with. And I'm able to start a product around this. I'm able to help other people. And it's so cool when you actually find that vision. And this was in the storm, guys. Okay, I was still going through the storm a couple years ago. And I am still having challenges with stuff, as we all do. Just because we're an entrepreneur doesn't mean life is perfect and we get all this money and you got to work for it. And I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I am still working out of my challenges that I've been experiencing, guys. I mean, I admit, I am working toward where I want to be. And thanks to that podcast that night, it really had cleared up a lot of things for me. It cleared up so much. And I could have sat there and, sat there and stayed depressed about my situation and how I wasn't happy with what I was doing and where I was at. And, I found where I wanted to be. And so that's what I'm talking about. I shared that with you guys because it doesn't matter what you're going through. The beauty is in the storm, but you have to open yourself to see it. And, whatever you may be going through right now, maybe you've experienced something similar as I have. Maybe it's something totally different. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through right now, just remember that you can do this, okay? Don't just look at the present moment. And that's what I did. I've looked at the present moment and went, well, yeah, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it anyway. I mean, really? That's a bunch of BS. Guys, okay? You can learn to have control, you can change, you can grow, and you can learn, okay? Doesn't matter what you're going through, you still have your mind. And that's where you really need to focus on, okay? So try to figure out what this time is teaching you. The time right now that you're currently in, maybe you need to learn some new skills. Maybe you need to be more patient. Maybe you need to see a bigger perspective of your life. And, you know, maybe at this time you just need to know that sometimes being a hot mess is okay. Okay, as long as you don't use it as an excuse. And, you know, a lot of the times our lives are a hot mess. I admit I'm in a hot mess, and that's just life, right? Everybody is in some kind of hot mess right now. It doesn't matter who you are. And the thing is, you've got to look at is either you can move past that and move forward with your business and your life, or you can sit there and make excuses all day going, I can't do this. I'm not able to do that. Oh, well, I do this and I can't do that. Really? Come on, guys. Just realize this. And the thing is, I'm not saying this to be mean to anybody, because I've been there too. I'm just saying, we as humans, we're very complex. And although we would love the perfect world to exist, there's nothing wrong with being in the place that you're at now. Just remember the experience, know that you experienced it, and try to figure a way out for yourself that you can get in a better place. Learn from it, allow yourself to grow from it, and just use it as fuel for a brand new direction. Pretend you're a book. And this is how I kind of do. Pretend you're a book. And you've gone through all these chapters, right? And all of a sudden this chapter closes. Your challenge is right here. You're in this chapter right now, okay? That chapter ends. You can create a new chapter anytime you want. It's your life. Create a brand new chapter. Pick a new direction. Something, anything, guys, okay? And create it for yourself. You can create your own life, guys. I know I have from experience. You can. And I'm not yet there, I admit. There's a lot of things I still need to do. There's a lot of things I still want to do. And I'm still working toward it. But that is the beauty of being in the storm, okay? You can go out and do this stuff, guys. Don't make excuses, all right? And Mark Hoverson, I am going to say this again. He is the one that really taught me this stuff. I didn't know that before then. And he actually, by listening to him, it really struck a chord with me emotionally. And I think I can really, to show you guys the same thing, that you guys can really go out and do the same thing. You're in the driver's seat, okay? You pick the direction you want to go. And you can explore where you want to in your life, even though you think you can't. You get to choose the direction. Okay, guys, well, I hope this was kind of helpful. I know I didn't give you any tips today, but it's more of a kind of a recognition with yourself to kind of see where you're at right now and know that it's okay to be in a hot mess as long as you don't sit there and make excuses for it to not move forward. Okay, guys, take care, and I will see you again on my next Big Tip Friday. Bye-bye, everybody.